Bonjour tout le monde. Good morning, everyone. My name is Antoine Baillargeon, and I'm the program coordinator here at the Ottawa branch. I'd like to begin by recognizing that the Ottawa branch is located on the unceded territory of the Algonquin Anishinaabe Nation. We extend our respects to all First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people for their valuable past, present, and future contributions to this land and our country. And I do apologize, I'm a bit sick this morning, so my voice isn't that great, but we'll power through. On behalf of the branch, I'm pleased to welcome you to today's fitness session, which is titled Shape Up This Spring, Make Cleaning and Decluttering a Breeze with Functional Fitness. We're joined today by Michelle Bourdeau, older adults fitness specialist and head trainer at AIM Fitness. She'll guide us through proper posture, movements, and functional fitness exercises to help you prepare for the nice weather that we'll hopefully soon be getting. I want to give a special welcome here to anyone who is not yet a member of the association. We hope that these webinars will inspire you to join us, and to our members, we hope that these webinars will encourage you to maintain your membership. Finally, if you have any questions for Michelle, please type them in the chat or the Q&A box, and she'll be able to answer them at the end of the presentation. So that's it from me, so I'll pass it over to Michelle. Thank you, everyone.
Hello, everybody. I hope you're doing well today. So we are into the spring season. Although we've hit a little bit of winter, we're back into spring. So with spring, we want to make sure that we are prepared for the things that we do. We start gardening. We haven't bent over in a while. We're not used to digging. We're not used to pulling. So today is all about exercises that will help you with gardening and things that you're going to do around the house. Spring cleaning is one of the major things that we like to do. We open the windows and we want to get rid of all the old stuff and the junk that we don't need anymore. So we're going to stand up. You do need a pair of light weights for yourself for today and a chair, but other than that, you're good to go. So I'm just going to back up and we're just going to start with a nice, easy warm up. So I just want you to roll your shoulders, standing tall, nice deep breaths. Taking a nice deep breath in your nose and out your mouth. Good. Beautiful. We're going to change the direction of those shoulders and go the other way. Excellent. Good. We're going to open up those legs, just a nice little hip width distance. We're going to drop our chin to our chest. Take a nice deep breath here. Then we're going to slowly lift it up, looking up as high as you can and as far as you're comfortable. Good. Bringing it back down slowly, chin to chest. Excellent. One more time, lifting it up slowly. Beautiful. Bring it down to the center. From here, we're going to look over one shoulder, trying to keep your body straight, but just moving your neck and look over your shoulder with your eyes to see if you can get a little better of a stretch, a little further. Good. Nice and slow back to center and over the other shoulder. Good. And again, looking with those eyes over the shoulder. Perfect. One more time to the center and over that shoulder. Good. Back to the center. Last time over this shoulder. Excellent. Coming back to the center. We're going to put our hands on our hips. We can open our legs just a little bit wider, and we're just going to do a nice big circle. So we're going to stretch the hip flexors in the front and stretch the hamstrings in the back. So just a nice big circle. Good. Almost like you were doing a hula hoop, but you're going to push your hips out back and you're going to push them out front. Good. We're going to go in the other direction. Perfect. Getting a little bit of the cobwebs out. We might hear a little bit of cricking and cracking. That's okay as long as there's no pain associated. Good. We're going to come in together, bring your feet and knees together. We're going to put our hands just above our knees and we're going to circle our knees and ankles at the same time. Good. And let's go the other way. Perfect. All right, we're going to stand up nice and tall and just march. Good. So it's important that we remember when we do our exercises that we go at our own pace and at our own level. If anything that I do is too difficult for you, don't be shy. Just put your weights down, take a break, and join us back again when you're ready. Okay? This is an exercise class for you, and I want you to make sure that you're comfortable and we don't get injured. Let's just tap our heels out in front, and we're going to bring our hands up in front. So nice lateral raise, forward lateral. Good. I'll go sideways so you can see. Just a tap and press. Good. Excellent. We're going to switch those legs. We're going to bring them into a hamstring curl. So you're going to lift them up in the back and you're going to pulse those hands backwards. So palms facing back and just push. Good. So those knees are facing the floor. They're not coming up into a high knee. They're just going down. Beautiful. From here, we're going to take opposite hand to foot, still keeping that foot in the back. And just touching with your hand. Keeping your upper body nice and tall. Good. Try not to arch your back. If you can't touch your foot, that's okay. Just go to where you can. We're going to bring those legs now in the front. Same thing, just in the front. Hand to foot. Again, if you can. If you can't, feel free to sit down in your chair and just do it here. With a nice being able to be seated and supported. You can do the same thing here. No issues. Good. We're going to extend those legs now in the front with our arm. You do not have to touch your toes. You're just going to extend the arm forward with the opposite leg. Good. Just nice and easy, feeling that hamstring in the back of your leg as you bring that leg up. Keeping that back tall, core is nice and supporting, lower back. Good. We're going to change those legs. We're going to lift those knees up now. So this is your high knee. We're going to add the arms. Opposite, press up to the leg. You might notice your heart rate and it's going up a little bit. You might be getting a little warmer. You might be finding that you might be a little short of breath. If you are, take a break. There's no problem. Good. All right. We're going to stop those legs. Just keep them nice and wide. We're going to bring those arms together. I'm going to come forward so you can really see. I want elbows to touch and hands to touch. And we're just gonna open up and bring them back. So when you open up, you want to bring those shoulder blades and slide them together. Like if you had a pencil in between your back and your shoulder blades, you're going to squeeze it to hold it there and bring it back. Make sure those elbows get back together. Okay, so just open and close. Open and close. Good. Perfect. So when we're gardening, when we're cleaning, our shoulders really take a beating. So with keeping our shoulders out, I just want you to bring your palms down, facing backwards, and lifting them back up. Down and up. So kind of like a little robot. We're going to make sure our core is tight, belly button to spine, and we're going to rotate our hips forward so we have no arch in our back. Now, when we're doing this, you might hear Rice Krispies snap, crackle, pop in your shoulders. I as well hear that. But as long as it's not painful, it's a good thing. If it hurts, then please stop. But most of the time, it's just air getting out of our joint. We haven't worked a little bit in a while. So we have air in our joints and they're not lubricated. So you're going to hear, it's kind of like the Tin Man. You hear things until they get lubricated. Perfect. We're going to bring one arm down. We're going to keep one arm out. You're going to keep your palm facing forward. And from here, you're going to rotate your arm till your palm is facing backward. So just rotate forward and back. So your thumb is up to your thumb being down. Up and down. Up and down. Good. So if you're about to go and pull weeds, or you're about to take a dead tree out and really start yanking on it, work your shoulders before you do that. Stretch your back out. Good. All right, we're going to switch to the other arm. Again, thumb is up, palm is forward, and you're just rotating back, thumb down, and coming back. Hopefully you can see that. So from here to here, my thumb goes down, my thumb goes up. Good. Beautiful. All right. You might notice now the noise has kind of subsided. It's getting lubricated. It's getting worked. Good. Let's shake it out and roll your shoulders. Good. And the other way. Perfect. All right, so you're gonna go over and you're gonna grab your weights that you have. And we're just gonna go into nice, easy bicep curl with a heel raise. So just going up on your tippy toes and down on your heels. Up on your tippy toes and down. Okay, nice and easy. We're gonna add the bicep curl. We're gonna go all the way down, all the way up, all the way down, all the way up. Try to maintain your balance. Don't go too high on your tippy toes. Up and down. Up and down. Good. Perfect. Maintaining a nice tight core. When you go up on your tippy toes, squeeze your quads, squeeze your glutes, and come on back down. Up and down. Good. Perfect. Let's do 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Let's roll those shoulders. Shake out those legs because we're going to stay with the heel raise. So the reason why I'm staying with the heel raise is because when you're in your garden and you're bent over, we tend to do a little squat and we tend to stay on our toes. So we want to make sure those calves and the shins are getting a nice little workout. This time we're going to go up on our tippy toes, but as we do that, we're going to go into a lateral raise with our arms. So up and down, up and down. Good. Again, maintaining a strong core, belly button to spine, and only lifting your arms up to your shoulders, no higher. Good. So this is helpful for lifting things, holding things, pushing things. Our strong arms and shoulders are important. Good. Up and down. Up and down. Let's do 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. And 5. We can put those weights down. We're going to roll out our shoulders, and please take a moment to have a sip of water. If you're working outside, you need to remember to drink your water. It's very important. Have a little sip. Good. Wiggle out those shoulders. They're getting a good workout today. The next one we're going to do is nice and wide. So we're going to go into a side lunge. We're going to stay on one side at a time. So you're just going to go as wide as you can, keeping your upper body still. You're going to do everything through the hips. So you're going to keep that one leg nice and straight, and you're going to bend that knee, move towards that knee, and come on down, touch the floor, and come up. So when you do that, you're hip hinging, you're pushing your back side to the back and coming up. So down and up. My back does not change position. My hips are changing. Good. Perfect. If you're having a little bit of issues and you can't do that standing up, you can go on the side, the edge of your chair. Same thing, keep one leg straight and just bend and touch, okay? Bend and touch. Again, my back does not change position. I'm changing everything from the hip. Nice hip hinge. So here is the standing one. And then you have the seated option. Good, let's do 5 more on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good, and 5. We can bring it up, we'll shake it out. We'll wiggle those hips a little bit. Good, and then we'll go to the other side. So again, nice and wide, working everything from the hip hinge, going down and coming up. Going down, up. The back leg does not change position. The front leg goes from a knee bend to straight. You're hinging at the hips. Good. Nice and easy. Perfect. So here, if you're needing to get into the garden, if you need to tie your shoe, this is a good option instead of bending over with your back. Perfect. Let's do 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Let's come back up, shake it out. So the next thing we're going to do are squats. Again, very important when we're working in the garden. when we're picking out rocks and dead leaves and putting in plants and whatnot. So when we do a squat, we want to make sure we do it with our hips. We want to hip hinge. The best way to do it, nice and wide, bend your knees, hip hinge, and push your hips back, and then come up, and then pull your hips and squeeze your glutes in the back. So going down and coming up. So we're just going to touch the floor and come up. Touch the floor and come up. Good. If you wanted to do this with a weight, so say you were planting flowers, you have weights, you're going to plant that flower, you're going to come up. Plant that flower, come up. Good. Notice how my back doesn't round. Everything is happening through the hips and the knees. The knees are bending. Good. Down and up. Down and up. Nice and easy. Always stay in control. Make sure your whole foot is planted on the floor and you feel all points of your foot touching. So if you have neuropathy, that might be a little bit harder for you. So you really have to know where your foot is placed. But we want to make sure we feel evenly distributed weight over the whole foot. Good. Let's do 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. And 5. Good. All right, wiggle it out. So we're going to go into a balance. If you need to, you can hold on to a chair. We're going to do opposite hand to foot. So if you have a chair and you feel more secure with holding on to a chair, please do. No shame in that. We're going to lift opposite leg to our arm. You're going to put that weight on your shoulder and we're just going to lift it up and bring it back down. Lift it up, bring it back down. So this is important. Why? Because when we're doing something outside in the garden, we are often on uneven ground. So we are always kind of balancing. The more you can practice your balance, the better you'll be at it. Sometimes if we're reaching for something, we reach and we kind of go on one foot to get a little bit higher. This is good for your balance. Get up and down. So this exercise here is good for anything that you do overhead. Even if you're decluttering your house for the spring and you have things on the top shelf and you have to reach for them and pull them down. You want to make sure you have the strength in your arms with your core to do it and not use your back. Up and down. Good. Let's do 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Shake it out. And we're going to go to the other side. So again, if you need to, hold on to something on that other side. Lift that leg up. Hand comes to shoulder. And we're going to raise it up. Good. Nice and tall. Keep that core tight. It also helps if you're looking at something that is not moving. So maybe not watching me for this one. You know what the exercise is. Just go and look at something that isn't moving. It helps your balance. Good. Perfect. Keep it going. Press. Press. Good. Excellent. Good. Let's do 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, good, and 5. Bring it down, shake it out. All right, so now I want you to go over to a wall if you have one, and we're gonna do some wall push-ups. This is good for if you are down on the ground and you're sitting and you need to push yourself back up. So what we're gonna do is we're going to go to a wall. We're gonna put our toes against the baseboard in the front foot. We're gonna take our second foot and put it toe to heel. Excellent. From here, we're gonna remove the front foot and put it heel to toe on the second foot. And then you're just gonna open it up. So you are now 3 feet away from the wall. Once you're 3 feet away from the wall, you're gonna stand up and you're gonna open up your feet so you have a nice solid base. You're gonna place your hands on your shoulders and you're gonna allow yourself to fall forward. That is when you know you're in the perfect position for your hands. When your hands are on the wall, they're gonna end up like this. What I want you to do is just slightly turn your fingertips towards each other. So they're on a nice light angle, nothing too big. From here, you're going to allow your body to go to the wall, keeping your hips and back straight. Let everything go. Your hips are moving with your body. Try not to hold your bum out. Keep your core tight. Good, and just press. Trying to get your head as close to the wall or your chest as close to the wall as you can. Good. So we should be feeling that in our arms. Beautiful. Let's do 5 more from here. We're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good, shake out those arms. Let's grab another sip of water. You guys are doing awesome. Those gardens are gonna look beautiful by the end of the summer, or to the end of the spring. All right, so let's take it to our chair. We like our chair. We're going to take one weight and we're going to sit on the edge. So I'll go sideways so you can really see. We're going to lift that weight up. All we're going to do is we're going to lean back just slightly and bring elbow to knee. Elbow to knee. Good. Just tap that knee. We don't need to bang it. Nothing too difficult. Just soft. Good. Keeping that arm in the same position, working core a little bit in our back as we twist. Good. Perfect. So, twisting when we are gardening is very prevalent. We tend to overextend our reach to the side a lot because we're like, oh, I'll just grab that one weed. It's not far. I don't really want to have to get up and move. I'll just kind of reach for it. So that's what this is for. Working that oblique, working your core, and allowing the back to be mobile and fluid. Good, let's do 5 more on the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good, shake out that shoulder. Big circles, roll it out. Good, you can shake out the arm too. Kind of gets funny feeling after sitting in the same position for a little bit. So wiggle it out and we'll go to the other side. So again, keeping that arm up, nice on the edge of our seat, back is flat, core is tight, and we're just twisting. Good, 2, keep it going. Don't try to bang your knee. Just nice and soft and always in control. Beautiful. You got it. You might notice the flexibility in one leg better than the other. You might feel it more in one thigh than the other. The hip flexor, depending on your flexibility, depending on if you've had a hip replacement, if you've had an injury. Perfect. We'll do 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Wiggle out that shoulder. Good. Big circles. Perfect. Wiggle it out. All right. If you have your weight still by you, you can grab the other one. We're going to stay on the edge of our chair. We're going to bring those weights just for extra resistance and place them on our chest. So from here, we're going to keep our feet flat on the floor. You're going to lean back without touching the back of the chair and sitting back up nice and tall. So just going back and coming forward. Really feeling that core work. You might get to a point when you're going back that you can start to feel your core quiver. That's a good thing. Just remember to breathe. Don't hold your breath. Back and come forward. Good. Back and come forward. When we get that quiver, you can hold it there for a second or two. Really feel it and then come back up. Good. When we are raking, you would be surprised at how much your core you're using. Try to remember to keep that back flat when you're raking. Let your arms and your core do the work. Good. Up. Back. Up. Back. Beautiful. Good. Let's do 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one. And 5. Good. We can put those weights to the side. Good. Wiggle out your back. We're going to stay again on the edge of your chair. You're going to get to relax back. Feel the back of the chair. Enjoy it. You're going to take your hands, if you need to, you can hold on to the chair at the bottom. You can hold on to the legs. However, what I want you to make sure you're not doing is using your arms and your shoulders to pull. Okay, so this is, you're just holding yourself here. This is not about using the arms. This is all about core. If you can just kind of keep your hands in front of you and not use them at all. So what we're going to try to do is lift both feet up off the floor together. Just gently touch with our toes and come back up. So going up and down. I understand for some of us that is a difficult thing to do. If you can't do both legs, just do one at a time. You're still going to get the same benefit. You're still going to feel that in your core, but just do one and then switch and do the other. Okay? So for those of us that can do 2, do 2. If you want to challenge, if you're not into a challenge today, then just do one leg, then the other. One leg, then the other. You're still feeling that core. Good. Perfect. Keep it going. You don't want any back pain, so make sure that core is nice and tight. Excellent. We'll do 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good, you're gonna come up. You're gonna sit now all the way kind of in the back, but in the middle of your chair. You're gonna put your hands on your knees and you're gonna open up your legs really wide. From here, you're gonna take a nice deep breath in. We're gonna lean down. When we're as far down as we can go, we're gonna drop our head, roll it into our chest, roll our back, pushing with our arms on our knees and roll all the way up. Exhaling as you do that. Good, so we're gonna inhale down, flat back. Pull our chin in, round our back, push, and exhale. Good. We're gonna do it again. Down. Excellent. And up. Good. Wiggle it out. All right. We are going to take one weight. And we're just gonna sit on the edge of our chair. And we're gonna go on to our heels. So your toes are pointing up to the sky. So we're just sitting on the edge. We're gonna take that weight and we're just gonna paddle and paddle, okay? So just like if you were in a canoe or you were kayaking, you're just gonna paddle, paddle, keeping your core tight. Good. So this is your raking or sweeping. Good. Try to keep your shoulders neutral, your neck as well. No tension. Just paddle and paddle. Good. So bringing one arm up, then flipping it down to the bottom. Beautiful. Excellent. Good. Let's wiggle that out. We're gonna go to the center of our chair and we're just gonna hold that weight in the middle on your knees. When you're ready, you're gonna embrace your core, belly button to spine, and you're just gonna hold. Good. We're gonna hold for about 5 seconds. Good, then we're gonna lift overhead. Perfect, coming back to the center. And then all the way down. Good, up. All the way overhead. Back to center. And then down. Good, again, up. All the way overhead. Back down to center. And then all the way down. Good, you can put that weight down. I'm gonna stay in our chair. What I want you to do is just cross one foot over the other. So you're kind of just cross-legged. We're gonna take our opposite hand across to the other knee. And we're gonna use our chair. We're gonna take our hand on the back of the chair and we're just gonna lightly twist. I'm gonna hold it here, a couple of breaths, make sure they're nice, deep, slow breaths. Good, come back to center. Bring everything together. Cross the other leg over. Opposite hand on that knee. Hand to the back of the chair and just lightly pull and twist. Good, and come on back. Good, with our our bum on the edge of the chair. We're just going to straighten out one leg. We're going to put our hands on our thigh and we're just going to stretch down and touch your toes. One hand can stay by the knee, the other hand can go down to the toes or wherever you're able to touch. Feeling that stretch in the back of your knee and the back of your leg and your hamstring. Good, and sliding it back up. We're going to do the same thing with the other side. Put your foot on your heel, toes are pointing up. Hands are going to slide down. One stays at the side, one goes to the toes. Again, you might notice one side is a little bit tighter than the other. That's fine, it's just a little bit more flexible than one. Perfect, and come on back up. Good, we're gonna stand up nice and tall. We're gonna march it out. Good, we're gonna roll our shoulders. I'm gonna go the other way. Perfect. We're going to take one arm across our body. We're going to make sure we don't use our elbow to pull. We're going to go above the elbow or below. And you're going to look over that shoulder. Good. Feel that stretch through the back. Good. We're going to take it down and you're going to shake your hands as if you had water on them. So you're just trying to get that water off. Shake those arms. Good. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So cross our body, grabbing our shoulder or above our elbow, below our elbow, and look over that shoulder. Good. And again, shake off that water. Good. All the way, shake it all the way off. If we still have our chairs by us, we can use them again. We're just going to put our foot flat in the middle of the chair. We're going to kind of inch that other back leg further back, and we're just going to lean forward. As you lean forward, I want you to push your hips forward and feeling that in your hip flexor, right in the front. Your back stays tall. You can arch it back a little bit as long as your hips are pushing forward. That heel on the floor. Perfect. Come on back, bring that foot to the floor. Switch it with the other foot. If you need to hold on to something while you do that, please do. You're gonna just inch that other back foot back. Again, we're gonna go into it. We're gonna bend the front leg. We're gonna bring our hips forward. And we can just kind of arch our back a little bit, as long as you can feel that in the hip flexor. Some sides might be a little bit more flexible, so you might have to just kind of inch that back leg a little bit further back. Keeping that heel on the floor though, that is the most important, and remembering to push your hips forward. Perfect. Come on up. Good, march it out. All right, we can move that chair out of the way. We're gonna take nice wide stance. We're gonna bend our knees. We're gonna lift our arms up overhead. And then we're gonna come down and we're gonna go all the way down. Good, again, up.
Beautiful. Down, bend your knees, come onto the ground, and back up. One more time. Back down, and back up. Good. From here, you can wrap those arms around, give yourself a big hug. You are ready to go and clean your garden, declutter your house, and get ready for the spring. Do you guys have any questions? Please feel free to ask. I also wanted to mention you guys are very well in contact with AIM Fitness, so always know that we're always around. If you want to go online, you can visit us at activitiesinmotion.ca. You can visit us on Rogers, and we are on YouTube. So feel free to check us out. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. That was great. I'm not seeing any questions, so I think we'll just wrap it up.
Perfect.
So thank you everyone for your participation in today's fitness session, and a big thank you to Michelle for today's workout. And we will be sending out a follow-up email later today, and it'll have the recording of today's webinar if you want to go over this workout again on your own time and follow along with Michelle's exercises. Then you'll be able to by following the recording. And it'll also include information on AIM Fitness, their website. If you want to sign up with the 33% discount that NAFR members have access to, you will be able to by following the link in the follow-up email. Finally, remember that you can invite non-members to attend our webinars and try us out as a guest. So to register for upcoming webinars, please visit the Ottawa branch website at nafrottawa.com. Thank you, everyone, and see you at our next webinar. Bye-bye.